Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance. For today, I need to do some groceries, so we are going to go do the chest as Tainted Azazel. And apparently, the previous time I played as Tainted Azazel, I misunderstood the sneeze attack. Apparently, when you hit enemies with that attack, your regular attack will deal more damage for a little while. So it is actually worthwhile, and also explains why sometimes my beam was doing more damage than other times. But it is worthwhile to actually use that sneezing attack from time to time to do as much damage that way as possible. So that's good to know. There is a soul heart right there. There is several things that I would like to have over here, so I'm just going to bomb that immediately. And I guess it would be nice to get like Boss Rush and Hush out of the way as well. We'll see how far we can get. In the end, let's just try and make some progress, and if we can do that, then I am very happy. Because then it feels like it was not a waste of time. But even if it is, it's always a good time to play as Tainted Azazel, I suppose. We can point at people now and deal a little bit of damage that way. We can put out flames and such with this as well, so that can be pretty good. And of course, even though the sneeze attack will cause me to do more damage, it doesn't mean that that's the only way that we're going to be attacking. If the enemy is particularly weak, like the flies, they will die to the regular attacks regardless, so not going to have to worry about that too much. There is a super secret room with a lot of hearts in here, which I will just take all of them. And we can also just go for devil deals and such, I suppose, this run as well. That is nice. So if we attack now and then use our regular attack, as you can see, that is dealing so much damage for a while. After a while, it does wear out, but then you can simply do it again. And before you know it, this boss is going to be dead. And that is wonderful. We got the ball of bandages, so that is some good progress towards that bandage unlock. I actually have a plan to unlock the band-aid now, whenever I get around to it, which is going to be playing as Tainted Cain, probably in greed mode. And that will more or less guarantee it, but it is going to be kind of a silly run with a lot of preparation required, so I'll get around to that when I get around to it. But for now, we're just going to have some Tainted Cain, or Tainted Azazel fun times instead. Struggling to find the enemy at times. Could have used the full card to not take damage, leaving the curse room there, but you know, sometimes you gotta go with what you believe in, and that's what we're doing right now. Again, don't need to use that sneeze attack every single time because, quite frankly, my attack is pretty much powerful enough on its own, especially in these early stages of the game. But it still probably doesn't hurt. That is the jawbone that we unlocked as the Forgotten the other day. We can use this to fetch things from a distance, but also to deal some extra damage from time to time. It can be pretty good, especially if you don't have flight, which this character does not, so there is some benefit there because it means you can pick up things that are slightly out of reach that way. And that is obviously rather nice. That's a compass, which I don't mind. Should probably check out that pill just in case. It's gulp speed up. But there is still that whole let's get that gulp thing out of the way. Items, unfortunately, you cannot grab with that jawbone, but I'll just grab it like so, and that gives us the Tome of Secrets, which is part 1 of the bookworm transformation, but also allows us to get even more mapping than just a compass if we're lucky. So things are looking pretty good in terms of trying to have, well, for 1, a quick run, and for 2, a run that will make it to boss rush in time. So things are looking pretty positive. That was a fight that ended very quickly, and understanding this character is a very good way to live life very fast, so that's good. I will just take that. I don't really care that much about the missing page to spend that much health on it. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. Having flight is going to be pretty nice. We might get some good devil deal items as well, which I'm looking forward to. We immediately have the compass effect because of our compass, so that's looking pretty nice. Poops more or less die instantly to this, except for the bigger ones obviously, but the smaller ones are getting destroyed. The jawbone's doing some damage. We are just having a good time. And I can kind of appreciate that as I just finished recording that Keeper run and immediately went into this one after a small break, but it is nice to have a run that isn't filled with dread the entire time. It does make life a little bit simpler, I suppose, and I can appreciate that. I will also just grab this real quick. And that is a shot speed up, which I don't think affects us, but still kind of nice, I suppose. Probably should have gone to the item room first before going into that curse room, but ultimately it doesn't matter too much since we are quite quick right now anyway. Kamikaze. Little tempting, but not that tempting. It is a lot of extra bombs, but we do end up taking a bunch of damage out of it as well, and I'm not really that interested in doing that. My health right now is alright. I'm not sure if I want to bother with going to explore the entire floor, especially since I do want to try and finish this quickly, I suppose. You do end up missing out on a couple things here and there if you don't explore the entire floor, of course, but I mean, hopefully we're not going to end up needing those. We are Tainted Azazel, we're a strong boy, and we can probably manage without getting quite everything out of a run at the end of a day. There is 2 silver, well, gray chests, I suppose, which I'm not too interested in. That's a large quantity of money. I might get the pill, I guess, the bag of pills from the shop, just so we can see if there's a gulp pill in my pill pool. But that is the only thing that I have in mind right now. I might also just keep it in case there is a better one along the way. X-Lax, friends till the end, one makes you larger, luck up. Balls of steel, we have a good pill pool. Or at least one that's not terrible, so that's, I'd call that good. That's good enough for me, honestly. There we go, look at that red poop doing work as well, very nice. And there you go. We got perfection because we hadn't taken damage yet, that's looking pretty good. I guess with a world card and at the rate we're going, I might as well buy that pill bag just in case there ends up being anything good in there. Eating perfection unfortunately doesn't allow it to be kept forever, but still, it is a nice test subject, I suppose, to see if we have a gulp pill. And if there is a gulp pill in there, then maybe we should slow down or run a little bit to really actively try and get that. Wooden cross, I probably should take wooden cross instead of perfection. I have no luck-based items right now. And wooden cross is going to give us a holy mantle effect at the start of every floor that lasts exactly once, I suppose. The battery baby probably is the better choice out of the 2 here, but I don't really mind too much. Tears up, God, our pill pool is incredible. Very good. Kept the world card for some reason. I don't really have a particularly strong reason since we have the Book of Secrets as well, but doesn't hurt, I suppose. It's at least gets most of the good things out of the way. We know where one of our secret rooms is the moment we use it, so don't need to worry about that anymore. But it probably isn't necessary. I'm gonna use it immediately though. There is a bedroom on this floor, which could be good. Might be worth checking out at least if we find some more bombs on this floor. Definitely tempted to go for that secret room as well since it's right there anyway. But let's first try and find our boss room. I'm not seeing my planetarium mod, which is confusing because I'm pretty sure I turned that on, but maybe I misclicked somewhere along the line. But we should have a, I believe, 16% chance of a planetarium with that. Magic 8 ball as well, so that could be pretty good. We'd be able to see it with our compass immediately as well, which is nice. Serpent's Kiss, not terrible. It's gonna deal some extra damage here and there, so that's nice. We have enough bombs to enter our bedroom, but not enough to then also blow up the carpet if need be. So I'm gonna actually just continue the rest of the floor for now and see if we can end up with something. Some more bombs, really. It's really the only thing I want. The finger doing some starting damage before the eventual brimstone attack finishes it off is just wonderful. But in the instance that I wouldn't have flight, I'd be able to do this and grab bombs that way. And I think that is just a nice thing to have. Unfortunately, or fortunately I suppose in our case, we did manage to find flight, so it didn't matter too much. Amnesia doesn't matter too much, honestly, because it's not that complicated of a map, so that works out. It's a little fiddly for the super secret room, I suppose, but that's about it. It's probably over here, and I'm just going to hope it is. And would you look at that? How wonderful. Not going to play with that, because that takes way too much time. And that is a particularly easy boss to fight, especially if there's a tinted rock right there. That is tempting me to destroy it and also destroy the boss with it as well. Guppy's Eye, I don't hate that. I will actually take that, and that's another guppy piece right there as well, which I guess I'll just take. Since we have the compass anyway, I guess I might as well just go like this. We have 34 coins, and we have 2 guppy pieces. If Diplopia is in my shop, I can use that to duplicate the guppy head, and that would be enough to get the guppy transformation, because each piece of guppy would count, including the duplicated guppy's head, would count towards the guppy transformation, and that would just be a nice thing to get. So let's see what's inside our shop. It might just be greed, I suppose, at this stage. Yeah, it could be. It is not greed. It is not bad, though. The candle is tempting. But I think I'm just going to leave it alone and stick with Guppy's head for now, because I think those flies are going to be worth it. There was something I wanted to do up here. Oh, yeah, the bedroom, right. Since we no longer have red hearts, the bedroom is going to end up giving us 3 soul hearts if we sleep in the bed. It's also some progress towards unlocking the blanket, which requires you to sleep in beds X amount of time, 10 times I think. But after this little animation, we should have 3 more soul hearts, so that is looking wonderful. If I had one more bomb, I'd blow up that mirror right there, but unfortunately I do not. We might get one over here. Nope, unfortunately not, so we're just gonna have to keep moving on with what we have. I am uncertain if there are any more bombs on this floor, but I'm fairly sure that if there were, we would have picked them up by now. So I guess with that, it is time to move on to the next floor. I don't fully remember where it is. I'm fairly sure it's this way, yeah. So that is looking good. Our bomb count is worrying. That's really the only thing I got right now. And that's why I was tempted by the candle, just because you can blow up shopkeepers without requiring bombs. But honestly, I feel like it's probably going to be okay. I'm hoping it's going to be okay, at least. Time-wise, we are very much good as well, so that is not too concerning either. I might take this small battery just because we're not really taking damage ever, but that is a bit of a self-confidence thing, I suppose. Like, it definitely would make the run a little bit less safe at the end of the day. There is a tinted rock in that room, which I'm a little tempted by if we can find bombs anywhere. So far the answer to that is no. It has been the case a lot, but maybe I'm just using a lot more bombs than I am aware of, because I am finding myself lacking bombs frequently in this video game lately, and I'm wondering if it's just my frequent bomb usage or if anything else is going on in that front. But either way, we're just gonna move on. I'd like to have as many soul hearts, I guess, in this build as possible if we are going to the chest, which we are. For some reason, that is just a thing I cannot keep in my memory today where exactly we're going, but with that Polaroid, I would love to have only soul hearts to get as many shields as possible. That's a red key right there. And a card in there as well, which is interesting. There went our Holy Mantle effect from our trinket. I'm just going to use that there. I'm hoping that as long as I can see the actual room next to me on the map, that means that it allows me to go in there without getting an I am error room. That is the dream, at least. I'm not that interested in trying to count rooms in the hope that I hit the 13 room limit that way horizontally or vertically and therefore get the thing, because I'm honestly not 100% sure if it was 13 or if it was a different number. So I'm just not going to bother with that. Curious about the challenge room, I suppose, but not really that curious either. And I'm hoping that these extra rooms that I'm doing are not going to cause any trouble. I don't really need the soul heart, but I suppose if we need a soul heart after we're done with this particular floor, then I might end up going back for that, because if a devil deal opens, then I might end up taking an item from there. And then it might be useful to have some more health, so could be worthwhile in the end, I suppose. There we go, slowly but surely. Let's just use it once over there. There has been a room on that vertical area, so it shouldn't be an I am error room. I'm just mostly trying to avoid it to try and get as many like regular items as possible, I suppose. That is not terrible. Allows us some extra stuff. Not sure if I love getting rid of the guppy's head, I suppose, for the red key if I'm not going to use it actively to try and find stuff, but I don't know. I'm just going to see if we can get like an extra item room or something like that this way. I'm not really looking for the super duper secret room right now either by using any logic, just because I'm trying to go quickly right now. But I probably should put a little bit of effort into trying to do that, I suppose. But that requires me to remember the logic behind it, and quite frankly, I will not. I'm surprised this is here. Oh, it's a super secret room. That's interesting. I actually didn't know that would work that way, but fair enough. Bombs are key. That doesn't really affect me that much.
Speed up.
And they speed up as well. What was that? Tears up? Sure. And restock. Okay. Let's get that. Let's get a pill. Let's get bombs are key again. Shot speed up. Calm down now. I might have turned on the thing where it always says what pill it is in the option somewhere along the line. And honestly then also forgot about it because quite frankly I don't fully remember doing that, but I have a vague recollection of doing that at some point. And it is happening continuously, so it wouldn't surprise me if I did that at some point. Right, let me just do a quick think. This could be it, right? I think if it was like if two rooms could be connected to it in some way, which I think it technically could be if it was to the right over there, which I think is also a valid door to open, then I guess, let's just keep going. There's a whole bunch of logic behind where can the super duper secret room be, the ultra secret room as some call it. And quite frankly, it is out of my memory. But it is mostly something related to those lines, but there's usually a fair number of rooms where I believe it can be, and as such, it is fairly likely that we're going to end up missing out on it every now and then. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I will probably just destroy that and take all this stuff. Get a little bit more Devil Deal chance, 72.5%. Why am I not picking up this Rotten Heart? I genuinely felt like I tried, but it was just not happening. But, I don't know, maybe there's something strange there. I do feel like being Tainted Azazel with flight is effectively just an Azazel run, I suppose. But with better range and lower damage at the end of the day, I guess. But it's really the only thing, isn't it? If I do this, then I have a way to get to my item room a little bit quicker. Which I don't hate. So let's just do that. And the Ultra Duper Super Mega Secret Room is right there. So hey, look at that. It worked out. The big chubbies right there. What a day. That's a choice. I'll take both. Yeah, that's actually a better choice, I suppose, if I can just take all of it. Let's just blow up some shopkeepers here for good measure. Maybe get some more money out of it. We do have that restock now, so it is a lot more tempting for sure. Coupon though. Coupon is actually pretty damn good when going for devil deals because you can get devil deals for free. Ooh, that's tempting. Kind of depends what's in my shop, I guess. I think I'll just let it depend on that at the end of the day. Mom's bracelet, that's not really much of anything. Really don't know where I am in the grand scheme of things of how many rooms we've explored so far, but it's probably fine. I'm just gonna get a battery and just do that again. I guess I can do that quite a number of times with restock as well, thinking about it, but... I'm gonna go visit that curse room, actually. And see if we can get a third guppy piece from that. If not, that's okay, but it would... I'd enjoy it. I'd enjoy getting one more guppy piece. And if not, I wouldn't mind getting like a pentagram or something like that either. Just any damage up really would be nice. Because I feel like we're lacking in that front a little bit. Not like a huge amount or anything, but just enough for it to matter slightly. Soul Hearts and a teleport to a Devil Deal. That is Sulfur. And Lusty Blood. Let me have a think here. Sulfur is obviously really good for the boss rush. Lusty Blood, really good for the boss rush. Well, I've made my choice, I think. Goodbye, Red Key. You have served me incredibly well, quite frankly. Not sure how Sulfur exactly works with this character in particular, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. And we do have some time left to actually explore that locked room right there, so might as well check that out real quick while we are still here at the end of the day. Very nice. Just a bunch of nothing, unfortunately. I mean, the restock could make the extra money quite good, I suppose. So that could end up being promising. I'm not sure where my super secret room is. I'm hoping it's somewhere next to the boss room or like over here or something. That'd be nice. We do have 11 bombs, but I just don't have the patience to look for it right now is really the main thing, but that does help. That is an eternal heart. I don't think I'm gonna take it. I think I'm just gonna risk it and hope that we don't get another devil deal. I think that's just gonna have to be the strat here. I'm struggling to sneeze on these enemies because I'm attacking just too gosh darn quick, which is a weird problem to have. Since it seems like that's exactly the problem you usually have the opposite of. But right now it's very fiddly to sneeze on these enemies when they're appearing and disappearing like this. Alright, so the door opens, so that's good because it means that we have less chance in the next floor, and somehow I see that in my mind as a good thing. Tech 2 is alright, but not really that interesting, and I don't really want to have to deal with the zaps. The two babies I don't care for. I think it's just gonna be Tech 0.5 because it's amazing, right? Yeah. Probably. Alright, so I'm realizing that Sulfur isn't doing that much, which is unfortunate. I was hoping it would do a little bit more. And I'm struggling to sneeze on these enemies, which are constantly jumping all over the place. But that's okay. I hope Sulfur does like one more thing at least, but well, it increases my damage. Ooh, and I got a big Brim now, actually. Well, for my character's sake, I suppose. So I suppose it's doing something. It's doing something. It's doing its best. 1.3 down. My charge is so fast. I don't know what happened to my tear rate, but it's charging incredibly quickly. So I don't mind that, I suppose, but it's tricky to really get the most out of the use of the sneeze at this rate, which is a weird problem to have, but here we are. I found a way to complain about my incredibly good build. I figured it out. There we go, that's what I thought. Ooh, hey, I didn't notice you were there, though. I also like this little battery that we have going on. Does help out quite a bit with just being able to use Sulfur every single wave. My damage right now is 27, so obviously that's working out pretty well. Should have killed that bosses in the different order there, but yeah, I'm genuinely struggling to not be shooting. It's so weird. It's charging so quickly. Like, I just have to tap it. But not quite tap it, because if I just tap it, then he doesn't do anything. So I have to find a middle ground between tapping and and holding the button. And usually that does end up working out fairly well, but it is a little fiddly for sure. I wish I had rock bottom. If I could just have rock bottom drop at the end of this boss rush, I'd be very happy. Because quite frankly, if I could just do the rest of this run with 31 damage, I'd be pretty pleased. 32 damage, also pretty pleased, I'd say. But we'll see soon enough. That's not rock bottom, that's a die. Oh well. It is boss rush done at least, and that is lovely. We have the Polaroid, we're going pretty quick. We have the compass, so we can run for it. My charge rate went down the wind. Oh, right, because I took damage on the floor and I have the gusty thing. I will just forever get confused by that item, I think. Because it's just not in my system that I have a high tear rate because of that thing, but it does, I guess, go past the limit probably of what your tear rate can normally be. Which makes sense, I suppose. But it is, it takes some getting used to for sure. Little tempted by the curse room just because it doesn't cost that much. But I don't know if I want to take the damage. I kind of like having health. That's cursed eye. Don't have a way to re-roll it on this floor either. That's paralysis, that's fun. Yeah, oh, right, I still have the Holy Mantle thing from my trinket. I'm actually very happy that I kept that. Because that ended up being worthwhile. Genuinely forgot about my trinket as well. So, it's working out. Let's see if there's a super secret room over here. Nope. There is Blast Assist, which I guess I'll just zap from a distance. Since I don't want to deal with these jumps, and the tears, and the other parts, and the multiples, and all the nasty things. All that garbage. We didn't get a devil deal. We might get one on the next floor, but that will be our last one. And if not, that'll be okay too, I suppose. I'm mostly just banking on not getting one. Curse the Lost, little bit annoying, but ultimately fairly inconsequential. Soul Heart from a random grey chest, that's pretty great. Soul Heart from a random red chest, that's also pretty great. 2 sets of bombs or keys, so we can play around with that, I guess. Could be good. All in all, things are looking okay. Things are looking alright. We're getting a lot of hearts on this floor. I appreciate that. Is there a secret room there? Yes. Very nice. Thank you for just answering the thought that I had in my mind and was trying to say out loud in time before the door even opened. It worked out. There's a pill there. I mean, at this stage, we're probably not going to get the 5 gulps, but let's see if we can get really high shot speed instead. That's what we're going for now. That's the dream right there. We still have our Holy Mantle effect, so once again I will just run in here. Could play with this with the Polaroid actually. I'm just gonna try it once. Come on. Oh. Oh. You know what? I'd rather have it health, I think. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with trying that anymore. We are going to go to Hush very soon, and I would like to have as much health for that as possible. I'd also like to be able to see. So let's just go in here. A lot of red hearts. Spin around for a little bit. Wait for retrovision to run out. Looks fairly questionable when the whole thing is blurred out like this, I suppose, but that's the life of someone with a large finger. Yep, that's what they say. Well, I sneezed on the heart, I think, but let's just do that one more time. Really didn't want to get hit there, but simultaneously, I suppose this poop does end up helping out a little bit. Devil deal there with Abaddon. I think this is just going to make me lose 1 soul heart, right? Nope, because we get Leviathan. So that was pretty good. Ended up actually gaining health from the thing I thought was going to damage me. So that, I would say, ended up working out a charm. Just had a thought, what if I just do Delirium instead? Because I think I don't mind doing Delirium right now with what we have. And that would be a nice thing to just get out of the way. I don't think I'm gonna bother with soy milk for once, as fun as it always is. I don't want to lose my sneeze, so unfortunately just gonna have to not take that this time around. Curious how this would work, but again, no. No, not really that interested in that. That's an item on sale, that's placebo. That is Box of Friends. Oh god, Box of Friends. Oh god, that sucks, because I have a bandage ball, and if I find 4 batteries anywhere, then I can... Damn it. If I find enough batteries on the floor, then I can probably... Although I'd have to duplicate them as well. Because I want to get that bandage ball thing done. I suppose if any of these becomes the, like, battery thing. Oh. That would be lovely, but it's doubtful. Yeah, if I had any way to get batteries here, that would be it. That would unlock it. God, that's annoying. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have a think about that. That's... I don't hate it. I'm gonna buy one more thing in the hope that the next one... Okay, moving box. Oh, God. Oh, you're making this really difficult. Oh, jeez. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just make a weird attempt at this. Once we have some money here. I'm gonna come back for all of these items. With the moving box, I guess. Oh god, this is a nightmare. Trying to think of how many batteries I would need as well. Because I could use it once. And if it's in a big room, then it would... Would it instantly recharge as the 3-charge item? Yes. So if I'm in a big room, then I'd only need one tiny battery, I think, in a big room. And there is a bunch of big rooms in the Delirium floor, so it's not a terrible idea. And if there's a super secret room with the 5 little batteries, then that would work as well. I wish I bought that battery, baby. I don't remember if that was even this run, but I'm gonna assume it was. Use that. For now, though, let's just... I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of having sulfur available for the next floor, so that's why I want to get the moving box, so I can just take all the items in there. But after that, I should probably just stick to the box of friends the entire time, so I can maybe get that bandage. That would save me so much headache with trying to do it another way. Because the other way, well, the best way is just using Lilith, really, in not greed mode anymore, I guess. But, it's a nightmare, is what it is. Anyone that has the box of friends can technically bother to try, but you also need that bandage ball, and that's really the crux of it. Like, it's... If there was some way to reliably get that bandage ball, which you can do with Tainted Cain in greed mode, because you can just... Because Tainted Cain is a stupid character that can get everything, but... Assuming that I just really don't want to do that, because it's such a pain in the butt, because it relies on me getting a ball of bandages from Monstro Manual, of all things, and it's like a pain in the butt. I don't want to deal with it. But if I could just get it in this run, that would be lovely. That would be so nice to get out of the way. I think I'm standing in the correct position. Judging from the fact that I'm not taking damage currently. A little concerned about the tiers getting shot to the right, but other than that, I think we're good. That's just mean, though. It's very rude. I'd say this Hush fight's going pretty well, though, so we do have that going on for us. I'm sort of bungling this up a bit with my movement, but I haven't taken damage yet, really. Like, there was the Holy Mantle that got lost, but that's it. Which is fine. I can lose that from time to time. There we go. We've taken a hit, so I can sneeze on him at least. Do some extra damage that way. I mean, I don't even really need sulfur thinking about it. Like, that's the thing. I'm really only taking sulfur because it's giving me the idea of more damage, but realistically, it's not doing that much. This is pretty effective, though. I should probably be doing this more. Probably should sneeze on him a bit more as well, but I'm in a bad place yet. I could buy more health, I guess, in the shop with what I have. Oh well, there's Soul of Azazel, which is pretty good. I'll take that. We got 5 more coins. I mean, I really am only thinking about buying the moving box because it allows me to also take placebo in case I find a gulp pill, and I feel like the odds of that are not in my favor. But whatever. Let's take all of that. I'm actually just gonna bomb this a few times just so I can get my health back again. Seems like a waste to bomb the donation machine with Tainted Azazel of all characters, but simultaneously there's still 900 coins in there and I'm barely ever doing this, so I can justify it in my own mind, and I hope that's enough for everyone else as well. Alright. With that, onwards to the next floor. Oh god, I really hope we can get something there. I was also kind of hoping for like a car battery, I guess, because that would also just really simplify the whole situation. But we'll see, I suppose. Curse of the Lost really sucks. I don't like that at all, because this floor is such a nightmare to explore. But, oh well, I'll just find a way, I suppose. Hopefully. I'll just go right a lot first. Alright, so there's all my items. I'm gonna charge this first. No, it's already charged, right? I did a big room. And now we're just gonna look for potential, I guess. Any big room, I should just use it. And maybe find that super secret room with the multiple tiny batteries inside it. That's a boss. Not sure if I should give money to the beggars or not. Not sure if that's gonna end up working out. God, I need to put this map in my head somehow, and I'm really not sure how I'm gonna do that. That's a bunch of bombs. Right now I'm just going as far top right as possible, really, and then I can hope I can kind of figure something out. But usually the maps are a little bit more complicated in these delirium floors as well, and that's not really gonna help out much either. If I can find any way to recharge my item, I guess that'd be lovely. That's not it. That's not it at all. Who's here? Mama Gertie. Not a difficult boss when you have flight, so that is wonderful. Nearly took damage, but it worked out. Obsessed fan, sure. Nope. We're not doing this today. We're not ruining our day with silly nonsense. I was gonna say silly sausages, but honestly, it applies. It applies fairly well. We're not gonna ruin our day with silly sausages. That's really the summary of this run, I guess. I don't know. God, I want to do groceries as well. Now it's gonna take a whole bunch of time probably to try and figure this nonsense out. Ah, God. But the loss of a map is frustrating for sure, because that having a map just makes it a lot more navigatable and easier to find, like super secret rooms and all that. Easier to realize whether or not a delirium fight is a delirium fight or just a regular boss fight from a distance. 24-hour energy, I guess, would work as well, but I'm fairly sure that's not in my pill pool right now, unfortunately. A bad trinket. If we want to give money to the beggars. Ooh, a battery beggar would actually work as well. If we could find that, that would do it as well. Yeah. I guess that's why Lilith is just so good for it, just because you can find a battery beggar and that's it. You've unlocked the bandage. And that's so good as well, because they show up reasonably often, I suppose. It's not like impossible or anything. Come on. Also don't mind doing Delirium with this build right now. Like if I just go into a boss fight and it ends up being Delirium, then that's fair enough, I suppose. Didn't get a battery there, unfortunately. Worth a shot for sure, but fair enough. I don't think this is Delirium just by how close that big room is. Just gonna bomb this. Does the floor layout work for it? That's death. I used my item by accident, but I guess that's fine. I'm trying to think of any other way I could make this work. Is that Bookworm? Not yet. Probably getting pretty close to being Bookworm, but not quite yet, unfortunately. This is probably not Delirium. Yeah. Just your old-fashioned Blastocyst right there, no worries. That'll be dealt with reasonably quickly. Stigmata, I don't want to lose my Polaroid, so we will not this day. Hopefully I can sneeze on him without taking damage, and we did, that's nice. Very good, very quick Monstro 2 fight right there. Curse of the Tower. Never a bad time, but maybe not today. God, I would really like it if I find a battery beggar. I just really want it. I just really want it to happen. It would be so nice. It is a pretty damn decent unlock for sure. It would be just so nice to get that nonsense out of the way, because it is just nonsense what you need to do for it as well. Can you drop a battery? No. I think that champion can drop batteries as well. Unfortunately, didn't feel like it. Unfortunate. Oh well. Another big room with it. No, it's not enough. I was hoping the tiny battery in combination with my trinket would do it, but I need 2 tiny batteries in there. That's pretty damn rough right there. Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be rough for sure. Okay, that ruins hope a bit. I mean, at that stage, it's basically just, well, either the super secret room or multiple batteries, or just a big battery, I guess, in a large room. That could technically still work. Or a D1, I guess. Or a 24-hour energy pill, stuff like that. Those are still my options right now. Was that health up or just healing? It is healing. Alright. In that case, we're keeping that for the next boss room. Which is that one. If that is delirium, that would be ideal. Not sure if it is, but I think it could be. But that gives me a temporary damage up, and it is pretty hefty as well. As you can see right there. Unfortunately, he immediately became Mom's foot and disappeared into the void, so... yeah, fair enough. Very good. Wow, I'm doing virtually no damage to him. That's actually kind of amazing. I really would have thought this combination of things would be more effective than it currently is. But, I mean, it's working, I suppose. It's just disappointing. A little concerned. I am. Also, the more damage I take, I will just eventually start shooting real quick as well. Not sure what hit me, but sure. I made another hallowed ground poop with my box of friends, so I can kind of appreciate that. I took some weird damage there, though, and I don't appreciate that. That one I just saw happen. Occasionally it does end up like that, where you just see the bullet going for you and you just see it moving in slow motion and your body doesn't do anything. That's unfortunate times in the video game The Binding of Isaac. But we are shooting real quickly now, which is good. Is there a possibility that we could get a battery in this room somehow? If, like, any of these skulls would drop a card that would drop batteries or something like that? I don't think so, right? I'm barely even thinking about the fight. I'm just thinking about the Band-Aid. There's so little going on. Like, it is so guaranteed with a build like this, with long range, Polaroid, all that stuff, that you just end up winning because you end up having so much health anyway. Why are these sounding like pots? They are pots as well. They're not skulls. Spiders were coming out of them. How strange. Oh, well. I mean, like, if there was a car battery anywhere in here, it would have been enough as well. And now we are very much at the point where I do not know how much of the floor I have explored. But we are circling back to where we started, I think, more or less. I could look for a super secret room. That's the starting room right there. So we have done a full circle at this stage. But I really don't know where to look for a super secret room. And I feel like I'd need a golden bomb or something to realistically be able to do anything with that. Just a couple of, like, rooms in the middle here and there that we haven't explored yet. There's a big room right here. Any big room I'm willing to try. Who's still alive here? Unfortunately, no big batteries. And we are just going to places that we've already visited at this stage. That's what it just sucks so bad to not have a map for this floor because it's so big. It is so just massive. It is a bit disheartening to try and find specific things in a floor like this for sure. Also, I mostly forgot where Delirium was, so I think it's in the bottom right somewhere, but I'd actually be bottom left and then a little bit different. I'll find it eventually, I'm sure, but it might take a minute for sure as well. Just trying to blow open anything at this stage, I suppose. It cannot even be there, I don't think. Yeah. Ah, well. Can't win them all. In any case, we have beaten Delirium with this character, which I am happy about. Means we don't have to bother with that anymore, and I think at that stage it just becomes like pretty much just the simple stuff, and I can appreciate that with any character, really. Knowing how the sneeze works, I feel, is a pretty vital way to make this character a lot easier than it would otherwise be, so I can definitely appreciate knowing that now, because it is such an, like, impressive damage up as well. So it is really strong to know that. I wonder if I'd taken... If I'd taken that tiny battery trinket, I think that might have been enough. But I'm not really sure how that works with picking up like batteries as well, so... I guess I could give you some stuff and see if there's anything over here. And if there's nothing there, then I think I'm just gonna call it a day and try to find Delirium again wherever Delirium was. But I had a good time. It was a nice and swift run at the end of the day. And just getting those Delirium unlocks is just nice. Any character that doesn't have to fight Delirium ever again is a happy character usually. That's a health up. I haven't actually gone to this boss yet. I forgot. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if this was Delirium or not, I think. Which is fair enough. Just give me like the battery box, that would be lovely. Please don't destroy my hallowed ground poop. I think that might win me the fight very quickly. It does seem to be fairly effective. Yeah. Ah, well. 5 more bombs. I have 5 more shots to try and find like secret rooms and things. So I could look for that. Don't think it can be there, yeah. Well, I've already tried all these walls. Here, maybe? Don't hate this. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Watch me not have enough money. That would be the dumbest thing in the world. That would actually be so frustrating if I... Alright, one more. One more chargy. Please. Thank you. What more? Does this not work? Oh my god, are you serious? Although it might just not tell me that it's unlocked until after we leave the floor, just like that one time with the other thing. There is actually a decent chance that that's going on, because that is just Bandage Girl right there. We have a lot of friends. There's a lot of purple flies action going on right now, which is interesting. But this should be enough to unlock it, I'm fairly sure. This nightmare of a room should be enough to unlock the Band-Aid. So I'm hoping that when I leave this floor, wherever Delirium was hanging out, is enough to unlock the Band-Aid. God, that was such a ridiculous... I can't believe we actually found that. That's genuinely so unlikely. But let's see. Let's see if it worked. Him in the basement, and we made a super bandage girl, and that does unlock the Band-Aid even though it doesn't say it. Oh my god, I'm so happy to get that out of the way, because that was going to be an absolute nightmare to try and do otherwise. Not impossible, but just irritating, so I'm happy that we managed to get that out of the way for sure. That is a bunch of more stuff done on Tainted Azazel. We are getting to the point where it's pretty much just not really the easy stuff, but more the regular stuff, I suppose. It does require me to run really quick, so I'm pretty happy about that. And that's just the end of another nice run. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do another run as another character, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye bye.